Hey everybody, welcome to the show. I am Jamie, and this is the best magicians you have never heard of. Today's guest comes to us from New Orleans, Louisiana. He's figured out TikTok. He finally just got his first video with 1 million views. Let's talk to him and find out what he's doing. How is he making this happen? Everybody, please welcome Douglas Conn.
Hey folks, Doug Conn here. For those that don't know me, I'm a magician.
Douglas, welcome to the show. How are you?
Greetings, I'm doing well.
Awesome.
Life is good.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and what your passion is in magic?
Well, life longer here. Started as a kid. Doug Henning, David Copperfield, Harry Anderson. Pretty standard young guy story. Been a pro all my life. From Cincinnati, traveled to New Orleans as a street performer, and I still do that to this day. And I work professionally in a variety of venues as a professional entertainer, close up.
That's
and
awesome.
In addition to that, let's put a period on the end of this story. Since the pandemic, I've transitioned kind of online. So I focused a lot of energy on TikTok and YouTube, and I'm sure we'll talk about that today, yeah?
Absolutely. TikTok especially. I understand you got your first video with 1 million views.
Yeah, crazy, right? Like, I started TikTok on a whim, sort of rounding out the social media sites and really didn't know what I was getting into. But yeah, some of my early videos were met with a real warm reception. And yeah, that cup is a cups and balls video that's got over 1 million views.
Right.
It's still going strong. And that blew me up pretty big, pretty quick over the last month.
So what are the benefits to you by being popular now?
Well, the biggest benefit I'm seeing right away is a rise in all the numbers on my other social media sites and my website. My website's through the roof. My YouTube channel is going up, all of it, Instagram and Facebook.
So
and,
I know
there's a little monetary benefit, but right now it's just little. But
right.
Maybe that'll change.
So on TikTok, you are...
I go by connjure, CONNJURE, and that's all social media platforms. So if you're looking for me on YouTube or Instagram, it's at connjure with 2 N's.
Right. You have the perfect last name for this business.
Yep. God-given. So I was the chosen one, I suppose.
So did you come across a secret on TikTok, or what changed from just getting a few views to really jumping up on there?
I'm going to just attribute that to hard work. I don't think it was any one secret, but I definitely put time and energy into researching what makes the platform work, using proper hashtags, trying to get your niche right and keeping the timing of the videos, which keeps the algorithm happy. So
how many do you have? How many do you have on there now?
It's over 50. I don't have the exact number, but
I watched a bunch of them.
One a day. So
I did see the cups and balls. I saw quite a few of them, but there's a lot of them. So TikTok, as I understand, I'm not very well versed in it, is usually only 15 seconds, but all your videos are more like a minute. How's that work out?
Yeah, the experts suggest that your videos be somewhere between 11 and 22 seconds. And I did stick to that rule for a long time, but eventually when I kind of plateaued with my followers and views, I decided to wade into the deep end and do some longer form content, 1 minute. It's like, woohoo, all the time in the world. But it did make a big difference. It allowed me to do a little more of a presentation, get a little more emotionally involved with the audience. And, that apparently has been the difference. I've gone from 2,000 views and I started implementing that. I got to 10, and just yesterday I celebrated 50,000 followers. So
wow,
something's working.
That's crazy. That's fantastic.
Crazy, right? An old guy blowing up on TikTok. Who would have thought?
But you know what? You're fun and entertaining. I've watched a lot of your stuff, and it's very good. And if it wasn't this and I came across it, I would still watch it. So I saw some of your Facebook stuff yesterday too for the first time. So yeah, good on you, man. You're kicking ass.
Yeah, my original plan was to focus on Facebook and YouTube. I was going to do just longer form content for both of those platforms, but then I dipped the toe in the TikTok pond and was warmly received. And while I had an original intent of projecting to an audience of like magic enthusiasts or intermediate magicians, my mindset's kind of changed now to where I have a huge audience available to me of muggles, enthusiasts, magicians, and I hope to embrace all of that as I move forward.
That's great. So do you have something you could show us that you would probably put on TikTok, or do you have something prepared?
A TikToker, huh?
Just something quick, right?
Cards. So we'll do a TikTok card trick. This is
okay. Sounds good. I can do that.
So this is a regular deck. They're not all there. I don't play with a full deck, but they're all different. That's what matters. If you were here, you'd pick one, but since you're there, I'm just going to have you think of one of two. So there's two cards. I just want you to think of one and forget the other one. So it's remember one and forget. That's a Hofzinser plot. That was a Hofzinser control. TMI. Let's just do, I wind up the deck. You just wind it up. It takes a second to find the seven of diamonds. Does that ring a bell?
That was it.
You were thinking of that one. If you missed that and maybe had another card, let me go down into the, oh, wait, it was the seven of diamonds, right?
It was the seven of diamonds.
Oh, cool. Sometimes people think of the other one and I'm not sure what to do, but cover the bases. It's a little magic in under a minute. And, oh, merci beaucoup, monsieur.
That was good. Good. So why don't you tell us a little bit about that trick?
Right. That's a fun impromptu piece. It's a go-to opener for me that generally involves two spectators. I have two cards peeked, but this is a way to do it over the camera with just one person. I call it double play. And if you'd really like to learn more about it, you can go to my YouTube channel. I have a 30-minute tutorial there. So YouTube Conjure and double play. There's several routines that use the move. I guess I could demonstrate it close up. Let me get my camera on here and I'll show you what it is. And then if your viewers want to pursue that. So double play is a production of a double card from the center of the deck, face up. So this is a double, all right? Okay. There's a variety of uses for that, like I said, on the YouTube channel, but here's the technique. I have a break under the top two cards. I advocate the pinky break to obtain these, just releasing the cards off the tip of the finger one at a time. And I'll talk more about that later maybe, but we have a break under the top two cards. I'm going to bring the right hand close, and I use the winding the deck gag to do this. And that's just running the thumb down as you apply pressure and twist. And this is just so the right hand doesn't jump into frame to execute the move out of the blue or given a reason for the hand to be here. Okay. You stop midway during one of the winds, leaving a gap with your thumb, and then grab that double in a biddle grip. So I'm holding the two cards in biddle grip at the ends by the thumb. Now my left hand's going to pivot away, and I have that opening, and the double's just going to be fed right into the opening. And then the deck, which is clipped between my first and second finger, revolves face up, and I place the pack into a dealing grip. That's a double. And now I can use these fingers to push that double through the deck, and that allows for a lot of economy of motion, turning it down, and you're ready to do a change or a transposition or something of that nature.
Usually when viewers are seeing tricks that other people are doing, the questions that they ask seem to be a little bit more simple than you might think. For example, something I know would come up on this is how do you go about keeping the double clean while you're pushing it through the deck? Is the deck hold it together? Is it?
Yeah, it's a combination of the deck keeping pressure and then kind of trapping the double with the fingers, like the base of the first finger. Creates a nice straddle grip that works it through. And again, I refer you to that YouTube clip. You know, it's got a lot of detail in it. And
it's called double play?
Double play. As you'll discover, one of the more important techniques a card mechanic can possess is the ability to hide cards in their hand. Palming. I've got some interesting thoughts on the subject I'd like to share with you. And to do that, I'll use one of the aces, the ace of diamonds, as this will be my poker hand. The other three aces, the hearts, the spades, the clubs, those are the cards I shall attempt to acquire surreptitiously. So just watch as I fold that card into my flesh, making it completely naked to the invisible eye. That is until I need it, and it comes right back. And that is the Ace of Hearts. If you missed that, hang on, the fun's just begun. We're gonna do it again, this time with the Ace of Clubs, but a little different. This time I'll attempt the invisible palm tabled placement. So dig it, now it's here. Until I need it there, and it comes right back. And that's the Ace of Clubs. So that's 2 down, diamonds and clubs. That leaves 1 to go, the Ace of Spades. I'll do this one under test conditions, a challenge situation. The ace going, we'll place it upside down into the center of the pack. My task being to extract it from the depths. Executing the invisible palm-to-palm transfer. Now it should not be here. It's here until I need it there, and then it comes right back. That's the spades, that's the clubs, that's the diamonds, that's the hearts, and that's a tricked out traveler. Speaking of YouTube and tutorials, I could do another trick that your viewers could learn on YouTube if you'd like to see a bonus card trick.
Absolutely.
Here we go. So I'm gonna mix them around a little bit. And you got to pick one again. So since you're there and I'm here, I'm just going to shuffle and stop randomly, and we'll use this one. Your job, if you choose to accept it, remember the paste board. Optional, but if you don't remember it, there's no plot. So it goes into the, doesn't really matter where it goes. I don't really intend to find that card because I don't have to find it. I have helpers that will find it for me. Here they are, the Queen of Diamonds and her partner in crime, the Queen of Hearts. Look what happens. One queen goes on the top of the bottom, one on the bottom of the top. And in less than a second, they find one card between the two. And hopefully you saw the...
Yes, very good. That's it.
Save the applause. The fun has just begun.
Okay.
We're going to do it again, but backwards. This time the card goes up, really upside down into the center of the... And once again, the 2 queens go in search of one card. Just to squeeze, you'll see the 2 queens together in the middle, 1 card between them, live and in color, the 6 of... And when I say in color, save it, we're not there, but maybe after this. You can see the color on this one?
Right.
Important. That's the marked one. It's a little bit different than the rest of the deck. Check it out. It's the only red card in the entire white deck.
That's awesome.
And that's the mystery of the Chameleon sandwich.
Very good. Very good. I like that trick. So people can go to YouTube and learn this on your channel?
Yeah, right. That's, in fact, I uploaded this routine as one of the benefits for your viewers. So while it's there for everyone, you're getting kind of a exclusive preview to this content.
And what's it called on YouTube?
Chameleon sandwich.
It's called Chameleon sandwich.
You get a performance and an explanation. And while this trick does use sleight of hand, in my opinion, it's very attainable for like even a novice to an intermediate student. So yeah, and some of the pieces are helpful too. If you don't use the whole routine, you might use like that flourish catch or some other details I talked about.
It's probably only the pass that was really difficult.
Yeah, and that's optional. At the end, I use the pass. Double undercut works fine. So
I like the double undercut. I use it actually quite often.
Yeah,
to be honest.
And that's the way. Let me mention this too while we're talking about it. That's the way it's printed in this book. So I'll plug in the book, but I also want to plug Paul Cummins' site. He wrote the book Tricks of My Trade, Magic of Doug Conn, and here's his website, FASDIU.com. He's got a preview of the book on his website, and Chameleon sandwich is described there, including the double undercut handling. So if you're into book learning, you can go get a free preview of the book and do that. Or you can buy the book from Paul because he's a good guy and he wrote a good book.
I tend to ask all my guests, really simple question, books or videos?
Always books. But
why?
The biggest reason, in my opinion, is it allows you to have your point of view on the effect. So you're not jaded by a performer, doing it his way, and then quite often leads to mimicking. So if you read something, now you have to figure out,
I agree. I totally agree. And actually, just about everybody I've talked to has the same thing to say about it.
Also, the subjects that are the most important are generally not talked about in books. The presentation or the direction of your audience. And, you
Right.
know, there's a million things that when you're on video, you're generally just delivering the mechanics or the gimmick of the trick. And it's rarely does it delve deep enough into the real work to make a difference. So
That's a good
really
answer.
good books. Yes.
Let's talk about what you got going on right now. I know you're still doing some street magic and
Well, yeah,
other
you
things.
know, we're just now wondering if that's feasible. I went out and tested the waters last week, and it was weird but workable. And I'll be doing the same thing tomorrow. So what will it be like? I'll know tomorrow. But yeah, after 7 months inside, whatever, I'm ready to magish again for live humans.
Yeah, I know. There's nothing like it, right? Having that audience in front of you. It's
also
tough to get into the Zoom thing when you're just by yourself. It's hard to get that frame of mind.
Yeah, it really is. It's definitely a bear. It's a unique medium. You know, I think it's one that Magic does have benefits for over maybe some other entertainments that don't play as well. But it's hard. It's not, you know, it's easy to do it poorly, but
Yes.
it's hard to do it well. All magic is that way. It's really easy to do bad magic.
I definitely found that out at the beginning of this journey when I first started to try and make YouTube videos, and it just looked terrible. But it's the situation where you can't get into it, right? You're not performing, so it's not the same. It took me a while to get comfortable like this, just being able to talk to somebody about magic.
Same with TikTok and me. That's my same experience. You know, if you look at my catalog of videos, you'll see how it started from weak to, okay, now I got a beat on it. And after 50 or 60 clips, I'm just now starting to understand. And this is not my first rodeo. I've been on YouTube since 2006. So I've been involved in putting media on the internet for a long time. So for me to think I have a grasp on something and then struggle for so long and then still realize how much I have to learn, it's like.
Well, one thing I did notice on my side, obviously I don't have a million views, but I hit 10,000 views last week sometime, which that's a big deal, right? And it took a while to get there to 10,000, but then immediately after I hit 10,000, I said thank you. I posted it on Facebook for people watching, and within a couple of days it was 15,000. And today it's 18,000.
Yep.
So it's jumping really, really quick. Whereas before it was slow and steady, it was going. And then whatever it was happened, something changed and it got bigger quick. Still not a million, but that's a significant change. So
I think it grows exponentially. You know, as the numbers get bigger, your numbers grow faster. Of course, you got to do good content because none of it works without that. But you seem to be on the right track. So I'm happy to be part of that. Thank you.
So what are you plugging? Where can people go see you? What do you got going on? And
well, you know, if you're vacationing in the French Quarter on a weekend, most likely, although when it's, you know, if it's busy here, you can find me there any given day. Beyond that, you know, TikTok, although today I, you know, got a nice message from the local variety talent, one of the top bookers in the city. He's starting to book again. So I might be taking work again for the first time since the pandemic. But who knows? You know, who knows? Maybe in November, the flu is just going to lock us all back up again. So
we'll who knows? Together. It's just craziness.
It is.
But at least one of my favorite things is that people are working together. Magicians are working together to help each other out in this time because it sucks for everybody, right?
Absolutely. And you're right about that, man. The sharing that's gone on in the magic community.
Mm-hmm.
Mind-blowing. Something
that I really like about this show is that my guests get to talk about what they really love about magic, right? They're not a scripted show. It's what they want. And that's really nice. And I get a lot of comments about that. It makes people happy. And I hope that keeps going because I enjoy it. And you guys are all very insightful. So
yeah, well, I love the art.
Me too. If you know what, I would just keep doing this for nothing. If I could manage to do that.
Yes. I think that's the real key to success. You have the passion that you follow with your heart, and if success comes, great. You know, like I said, I've been on YouTube since 2006. I've butted my head against that wall for 15 years trying to make something happen. And I had like 500 subscribers, but in the last month I've gone up 150. You're telling me this is the guy who sat at like 2,000 or 3,000, and I put that cups video out. And like literally overnight, it's 500,000 in like 2 days.
Yeah,
I couldn't
that's
keep
nuts.
up with the comments. I try to reply to everyone and acknowledge any, but TikTok yelled at me for commenting too much. They put me on timeout because they said I was spamming. All I was doing was trying to respond to people that commented. So
yeah, and
crazy.
it's nuts. I tried TikTok for like a week just to mess around with it to see what it even was, and I had a couple of videos. They're all short little videos, but
Yeah.
I had a couple that got 1,000 views or 1,500 views, which was surprising, right? But then I got into this, so that kind of took us backstage to this. But I love what you're doing. I love what you're doing with it. I mean, I wish you the best of success, because that is so cool, and you're finally reaping the benefits from doing that, and you're working hard, and I can tell that you love it. So good on you.
Thank you very much.
So I want to thank you for being on the show, Doug. Sorry we had to do it a second time, but right, I'm so happy
pleasure.
that you were able to make this work and come and be on the show. Your TikTok, I think, is going to be a big deal, because you got some good stuff on there. And I want to thank the viewers for watching. This has been the best magicians you have never heard of with Douglas Conn, and now you've heard of him.